We're here at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, and we're talking with Leon Evans, who's the chief pilot here. Leon, first of all, thank you for taking some time to speak to us today.
My pleasure, Joe.
Tell me real quick what this place does, like what makes it, what sets it apart?
Well, the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum has a mandate, and that is to acquire, document, maintain, restore aircraft flown by the Canadian Armed Forces. A lot of these airplanes, we have 18 or 19 that actually fly. We have 50 or so airplanes in our fleet.
I'm just wondering, because you guys actually still fly planes here, and on Remembrance Day, what does that mean to Canadians when they hear and they see these planes going overhead?
Well, very few people complain about the noise, and most people will tell you they hear it coming 5 or 6 miles away. I mean, those are 4 big V12 Merlin engines built in Detroit by Packard, not the Rolls-Royce version, but similar. They remember what that airplane stood for. And for the British, for example, when they heard that thing laboring up in altitude, carrying its full load, 22,000 pounds of bombs in that airplane, heading out towards a target, they knew the war was going the other way. They knew there was hope for the future.
Okay, so Leon, the entire time we were chatting, this plane was in the background. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
This is the Douglas C-47. It has a sister ship, the DC-3, a commercial version of this airplane. And this airplane has the bigger cargo door. It's a stronger airplane, stronger floor, so you can put a Jeep in it or a 105 howitzer cannon. But during D-Day, this actual airplane did 6 trips. Pulling gliders and dropping parachuters, where the sister airplane, the DC-3, you can't tow anything with it. And you couldn't put it's got a small door. You couldn't put a Jeep in it.
You know, I'm going to do something, you might think it's weird, but I love to connect with history. When I'm overseas and there's important things, just connecting with a piece of history, something that helped us secure the freedom that we enjoy today.
Right. Absolutely, Joe. 100,000 Canadians, 10,695 in Bomber Command that died for the freedom that we now have and enjoy. That's why we're here. We know airplanes like the Lancaster is a weapon of mass destruction, but we fly it as a memorial to the veterans.
Okay, well, that was kind of where I was going to go next, is that these planes being here in some way, it still keeps those people alive, or at least the memory of not just even who they were, but what they did.
We still have some of the veterans that are still alive, of course, come and visit us. We've had them up in the Lancaster. We've had them up in our Harvard trainers. And some of the visitations and the trips that they've had have been quite funny, because in several cases they didn't know they were going.
Okay.
And the family had put them in the airplane, and they're probably thinking, I did this 60 years ago. I don't need to be putting myself in that position anymore. But here they are, you know.
Yeah. Now, I know that you fly a lot of these planes.
Yes.
What's your favorite one to fly? I know it's hard to ask a pilot what's your favorite. Come on, give me your favorite.
I have to say the Lancaster, of course. I love the Lancaster, but I do love the Harvard too, and the Beech 18 to your right, and the Stearman, and all the others. But this is the queen of the fleet.
So here we are.
This is the Lancaster, built by A.V. Rowe. This airplane was built in Victory Aircraft Limited in Toronto, where Pearson is now.
Okay.
There were supposed to be 600 built. We ended up building 450.
So how many of these can fly?
Well, out of 7,377 actually, only 2 left flying. One in England and our airplane here. And you can, we sell memberships on this airplane so the passengers can go for a ride. We carry 4 at a time. And it's a wonderful ride. And if you've heard it fly overhead, you can hear it coming a long way away.
Now, I know we can't go for a flight today, but is there any way your friend Joe could get a sneak peek inside?
Joe, I know a guy that'll let you in there.
So this is the Lancaster.
The AV-683, as it's technically known as.
Whoa.
We call it Bureau.
It's narrow.
It is narrow, but this was a big airplane for its time. So we only carry 4 passengers, as you can see.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room.
Not a lot of comfort, no in-flight entertainment other than us. What you see in front of you is what they had. 4 throttles, 1 for each engine, 4 pitch control for the propellers, the constant speed propellers, 4 fuel cocks, 1 for each engine, and 2 ignition switches per engine. And the trims for the airplane, you'll notice everything's set up for one person, you.
Yeah.
So you can grab the throttles, the flap control, the trims, and the landing gear. The question we always remind people, can you raise the wheels when the airplane is on the ground? And the answer is no. You can only lower the airplane.
Okay.
That's expensive. So we don't touch that gear lever.
Leon, thank you so much. What an amazing tour. What an amazing experience. And I kind of felt for a moment, or imagined at least, what it must have been like to be in one of these incredible aircraft during such important times in our history.
I never forget that either, Joe, and always remember, nobody's shooting at me now, except with cameras.
Well, we can handle cameras.
We can handle cameras. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you again so much.
My pleasure, Joe.
Awesome. We'll be right back, guys.